So, we're taking a deep dive into what the data reveals about America's Kava bars. You've probably seen them popping up, right? Well, today, we're going to get past all the hype. We're going to look at the actual numbers to figure out what's really going on with this trend.
Okay, so when I say kava bar, what's the first thing that pops into your head? You're probably picturing a quiet little tea house, right? Maybe some kind of niche bohemian lounge. And yeah, you're not wrong, but what the data shows us is that's barely scratching the surface. To figure this out, we're diving into a really comprehensive report on America's best kava bars. This isn't just about what one person thinks. This is data from hundreds of places, and it's going to let us build a real, honest-to-goodness picture of what these places are, what they're doing, and why they're suddenly everywhere. All right, so first things first, what even is a kava bar? You'd think that'd be a simple question, but oh boy, the data reveals they are so much more than you think. I mean, just look at this. When you check out how these places actually classify themselves, it's wild. They're almost never just a kava bar. The same spot can be a lounge, a coffee shop, a co-working space, heck, even a comedy club or a vitamin store. It just blows up that whole idea of a simple little tea house, doesn't it? And this is a perfect example. Check out this quote from a place in Orlando. They say, one location can be a co-working space, a coffee shop, a hookah bar, and a tea house. That's not an exception, you guys. That's becoming the rule. It's like this multi-purpose identity is baked right into the DNA of a modern kava bar. Okay, so they're not just one thing. They're like 5 things in one. That leads to the next question, right? What's it actually like to go to one? It's about more than just a drink. It's the whole experience. And the data on this is super clear. These are not sleepy, quiet lounges. Far from it. The most common activities are things like live music and performances. Then you've got karaoke, trivia, bar games. These are active social hubs where stuff is happening. And it just keeps going. A lot of them have food, some have dancing, a ton of them are set up so you can work on your laptop with good Wi-Fi. And get this, a bunch of them even serve regular cocktails, so they're not just for one part of your day. They're trying to be a spot you can hang out in, well, pretty much any time for any reason. So when you put all of this together, this incredible mix of offerings, it's pretty clear they're building something new, a new kind of community hub. But who is that hub for? Who are these spaces really for? Well, let's start with who's running the show. The data gives us some amazing insight into ownership. And what we see is this really vibrant, diverse group of entrepreneurs. We're talking women-owned, veteran-owned, Latino-owned, Black-owned, Asian-owned. It's a huge mix. And that often gives you a clue about the kind of inclusive community they're trying to build. And they are so intentional about it. You can see it in how they describe their crowd. So many of them are explicitly LGBTQ+ friendly. Some are designated as a transgender safe space. They're good for groups. They welcome families, college kids. You can even bring your dog to a lot of them. The message is loud and clear. Everyone is welcome here. Okay, so we've got a handle on what these places are and who they're for. Now for the where. This is where it gets really interesting. When you look at a map of America's kava hotspots, you start to see this surprising geographic trend. Just watch as we start to pinpoint where the top-rated bars are. First up, we see a big cluster in Tampa, Florida. Then, okay, another one down in Boynton Beach, Florida. Head north a bit and boom, Jacksonville, Florida. You see what I'm seeing? Here's another one, Largo, Florida. And just to really hammer it home, Pompano Beach, Florida. It's undeniable. One state just keeps showing up again and again. This concentration is so intense that people have actually started calling it the Kava Belt. It's this informal name for the southeastern US, but really it's all about Florida. The data makes it crystal clear. Florida is the absolute epicenter of this whole thing. Okay, so let's put it all together. The crazy variety, the focus on community, and this weird geographic hotspot. What does it all mean? What is this trend really revealing? It seems like it's pointing to something bigger, a real shift in what we're looking for when we go out. Think about it this way. You've got your traditional bar, right? It's mostly focused on alcohol, it's a late night thing, and it has one main purpose. But then you have the modern kava bar. The data shows it's focused on social connection, not just booze. It's an all-day kind of place. And it's built to be multi-purpose, a place to work, to play, to chill. And that right there, that's the key takeaway from all this data. These aren't just places to get a drink. They are these super versatile community hubs that are adapting to what a new generation really needs. They're becoming that crucial third place, the spot that's not home and it's not work, where you can just be and connect with people.
So that leaves us with one big question to chew on. Is the Kava Bar the future of social spaces? As we're all trying to figure out new ways to connect with each other, to work, to relax, is this super flexible, super inclusive, multi-purpose model the answer? Looking at all this data, it's pretty hard to argue against it.